But I don't think you or anyone watching this really is Da Vinci.
Well, over time, there's people that rise up, and there's people on my team that have shown that they've got extra.
I mean, it's like, wow, I never would have imagined that that would be a position anywhere. You know, you're the brainchild behind something, so you have your way of doing it. How do you make it so that your employees don't feel like you're micromanaging them, or that you're a perfectionist and they're not? Why aren't you doing it my way? I mean, have you learned to let go of that? And how do you do that?
The things that I've been a perfectionist about, admittedly, I've made the wrong decisions in keeping and not hiring those out. It's like, oh, if I'm going to do it right, if it's going to be done right, I've got to do it myself. And that's a philosophy that a lot of people believe in. But really, if you trust people, there are people that are just as skilled as me.
Yes, or more.
And there really are. Especially
Yes.
when I'm talking about 10 different skill sets that I have.
Right.
If I just hire out skill B, and I can find somebody that's better at skill B than me, and then for skill C, I can hire somebody that's better.
Yeah.
So
if you're Leonardo da Vinci, you're okay. You can do it all yourself. You're a Renaissance man. But I don't think you or anyone watching this really is Da Vinci. You know what I mean? Like, great at everything. The dude could dunk a basketball. he did macrame. Whatever. I mean, he was just so prolific. But it's getting to a point where you recognize that power of what do they call it? I can't think of the word. Symbiote? No, not symbiote. Is that what it is?
I don't know.
1 + 1 is 3. What is that?
Synergy.
Synergy. Thank you. Symbiosis. But it's where you get to that point where you realize that all of your ideas and all of your genius is what got this thing going. But recognizing other skill sets and talents and abilities and backgrounds from other people can really kind of give it the launch to keep it going.
In the world of YouTube and a lot of other YouTube creators, they really do look at themselves as the artist, and because they've come up with the idea, the storyline, they filmed it, they figured out their videography style. Then they figured out their editing style and they create it and it works. And they've improved on it. They've gotten better and better and better over the years. So when I've talked to them about hiring people in the Philippines, you can hire editors, it makes sense, mathematically, financially, yeah, but things are going to go down in quality. But over the years, Peter Hollins is a good example. He's an a cappella singer, got a really big channel, very loyal following. His music is just phenomenal. A few months ago, we were messaging and he said, I just wanted to give you an update. My team in the Philippines is actually doing a really good job now. Thank you so much. It took some time because, the time and energy he puts into everything he does, it's way more work than the episodes that we create for this channel where we just have a chat. There's some of his episodes will have 100 different audio tracks that he syncs in and the visuals and everything are but he's been able to create systems and hire people to fit into that role, and it takes time, but man, is it worth the time, because eventually they're doing it at your level, or in many cases way better than you did.
Yeah.
And it's off of your shoulders.
Well, I mean, I've even noticed over the years just the quality of work that I see on your channel and your clients' channels from the Philippine team is hey, that's pretty slick. It wasn't that good a couple of years ago. No offense. Do you have somebody in the Philippines though who is your right hand? I mean, have you learned to trust others then, not just with the system, but with the management of the system?
Yeah, and that's a blessing. How to find people like that initially, I'm going to hire a manager.
Right.
I don't know how to do that. But what I've done is I've hired people to run a specific system, give them trial assignments, they run with it, I hire them permanently. Well, over time, there's people that rise up, and there's people on my team that have shown that they've got extra initiative. They share ideas with me. They see a problem and they suggest a solution. And so those people, I've given them pay raises, given them promotions, switched their responsibilities. And I'm like, okay, when we hire a new videographer, can you train this person? I'll kind of introduce them some things, but you'll take over and you'll start training. For years now, I've got one person that he's the lead videographer, and he's trained all the videographers on my team. So I've got several people in management now, but they've kind of, it's like promoting from within.
And at this point where you are now with 40 plus or so in your small business as your team, have you empowered those managers to not have to call you with every decision? I mean, do they know that they can make editorial decisions themselves?
Yeah, that was a hard switch to make as well, because it's like you go ahead and manage, you help them do the edits, get it to a point, but then still send it to me to review.
That's what I guess I'm asking. Is at what point have you stopped that, or just said, hey, these are my people?
Eventually, just through enough repetition, they learn. It happens with thumbnail design as well. Just in the last couple of years, we've been changing the way that we do thumbnail design to try and be more innovative. And for a time, I've had to put a lot of my energy into it as well, like suggesting the text and make this tweak and do that. But over time, I had a team of 4 people that were designing thumbnails. One was showing great leadership skills, and so she'd been the leader of the team. And then I started implementing new stuff, like we're going to improve the way we do thumbnails. Well, one of the other team members, she showed great strength in coming up with creative ideas. So one was the best leader, but another one was the best just kind of being creative. And so I gave her a promotion and said, okay, well, so we just shift things around and give promotions. And
it's interesting in 2022, which is when we're shooting this, that, that's a job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kids want to grow up. I want to be a thumbnail designer. That you have a team of 4 thumbnail designers. I mean, it's like, wow, I never would have imagined that would be a position anywhere. It's just kind of funny to me.
I mean, I've got a description writer, a YouTube description writer. That's a position.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're creating and kind of propagating these careers for people, which is interesting.
And if you have interest in learning how to succeed on YouTube, really YouTube for lead generation, then check out my other channel called Nate Woodbury.